This is Heliox, where evidence meets empathy. Independent, moderated, timely, deep, gentle, clinical, global, and community conversations about things that matter. Breathe easy. We go deep and lightly surface the big ideas. Have you ever wondered, if your surroundings could actually increase your risk of developing dementia?
Oh, yeah.
It's a little unsettling to think that the things we encounter every day might be impacting our brain health
Yeah.
without us even realizing it.
Yeah, for sure.
So today we're doing a deep dive into a fascinating meta-analysis
Right.
that explores exactly that, the link between environmental factors and dementia risk.
So what's really interesting about this study is that it pulls together data from a ton of previous research, giving us a much clearer picture than we've ever had before.
Wow.
And they're not just relying on people's memories or self-reported information.
Gotcha.
This study is all about objective measurements. Think air quality readings,
Okay.
proximity to green spaces, and even street layouts.
So it's not just about what people think they've been exposed to.
Right.
It's about hard data
Exactly.
that makes this study particularly intriguing. I'm
Yeah.
ready to dig in. Where should we start?
Well, let's start with the not-so-good news.
Oh, no.
The study found a pretty strong link between air pollution and dementia risk,
Okay.
specifically a type of pollution called PMX.
PMX, that sounds familiar, but could you remind me what that is exactly?
Imagine those days when the air looks hazy
Right.
and you could almost taste the pollution.
Yeah.
That's PMX.
Okay.
It's all those tiny particles from car exhaust,
Okay.
factories,
Yeah.
even wildfires.
Oh, wow.
And it's doing more than just irritating your lungs, unfortunately.
The study found that exposure to PMX was linked to a 9% higher risk of developing dementia.
Yeah,
That number really hit me.
right.
Imagine 100 people, statistically, 9 more people in that group might develop dementia
Right.
because of their exposure to PMX.
Exactly. It really underscores the potential impact of air pollution.
Wow.
And that's not all that. The study also looked at nitrogen oxides,
Okay.
or no-shocks, which is the invisible gas that often comes with those fumes.
So basically, more traffic equals more pollution and potentially more risk.
Right. And while the link between NOMICs and dementia wasn't as strong statistically in this analysis,
Okay.
the study did find that both types of air pollution were linked to faster cognitive decline.
Okay, that's starting to feel a bit overwhelming. Is there any good news in this study?
Absolutely.
I could really use some.
Let's shift gears and talk about something a little more uplifting, green spaces.
Oh, good.
Parks, gardens, natural areas, those kinds of environments were linked to a reduced risk of dementia,
Oh, okay.
about a 6% decrease, to be
Okay.
precise.
That is a breath of fresh air, literally.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, why would green spaces have this protective effect? What is it about being in nature that seems to benefit our brains?
That's the million-dollar question.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something researchers are still exploring.
Uh-huh.
There are a lot of theories, and it's likely a combination of factors.
Like what?
Well, think about the experience of being in nature.
Okay.
It can lower your stress levels,
Yeah.
encourage you to be more physically active, and even provide opportunities for social interaction.
Yeah.
All of these things are known to be good for brain health.
This is making me rethink my daily routine.
Hmm.
Maybe I need to schedule more walks in the park.
Yeah.
But this study didn't just stop at parks and air pollution, did it?
No, it didn't. This is where things get even more interesting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know, we often focus on the obvious things like pollution when we
Right.
think about environmental health.
Yeah.
But this study took a deeper dive
Okay.
and looked at some less obvious factors, too.
Oh, I'm intrigued. Like what?
Well, for example,
Yeah.
they looked at traffic noise
Okay.
and how close people live to major roads.
Interesting. Most of us just accept traffic noise as part of city living.
Yeah.
You know, we never really stop to think about how it might be affecting us beyond just being annoying.
And that's where things get a bit concerning.
Oh.
The study actually found that living near major roads was linked not only to cognitive impairment, but also to an increased risk of dementia. Oh, about a 10% increase, to be exact.
Wow, a 10% increase. That's significant. I'm starting to see my daily commute in a whole new light.
Yeah.
I mean, we already know that air pollution is bad news.
Right.
But you're saying the noise itself could be a factor too.
Exactly. It's not just about individual pollutants. It's about the overall sensory environment.
Okay.
Think about it. Constant exposure to traffic noise is incredibly stressful.
Yeah.
It can disrupt sleep,
Right.
and both stress and poor sleep have been linked to cognitive decline.
It makes you wonder how much of an impact our daily sensory overload is having on our brains.
Right.
All those honking horns, sirens, construction noises, it's like a constant assault on our senses.
It is, and that brings us to another fascinating finding from the study.
Okay.
They looked at street layouts and walkability.
Uh-huh.
You know how easy it is to get around on foot in a neighborhood?
Okay, I'm not sure I see the connection to dementia there.
Well, what they found is that better connectivity and walkability were linked to a reduced risk of cognitive impairment.
So you're saying that neighborhoods designed for walking could actually be protective for our brains?
It's certainly a possibility.
Mm.
And it makes sense when you consider the benefits we talked about earlier.
Right.
Walkable neighborhoods encourage physical activity.
Yeah.
They often have more amenities within easy reach.
Right.
So people are more likely to walk to the store or visit a friend,
Yeah.
which promotes social interaction.
Uh-huh.
And when you're walking, you're more likely to be exposed to nature,
Right.
which we know has those stress-reducing benefits.
This is making me think about those European cities with their charming walkable streets.
Yeah.
Could that be part of the reason why they have such vibrant, older populations?
It's certainly a thought-provoking observation.
Yeah.
And it raises some important questions about urban design
Okay.
and how we create spaces that support healthy aging.
So it's not just about individual choices and lifestyle factors.
Right.
Our environments might be playing a much bigger role than we realize.
Precisely. And that's why this research is so important. It shifts our perspective from just focusing on individual risk factors
Yeah.
to considering the broader context in which we live and age.
This whole conversation has been really eye-opening, you know?
Yeah.
We tend to think about dementia as something that's largely determined by genetics
Right.
and lifestyle choices.
Mm-hmm.
But this research suggests that our surroundings could be just as important.
Absolutely. It really underscores the need for a more holistic approach to dementia prevention.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just about brain games and healthy diets.
Right.
It's about creating communities and environments that support healthy aging for everyone.
It's almost like we've been so focused on treating the symptoms of dementia
Right.
that we've overlooked the power of prevention.
Yeah.
If we could make even small changes to our environment to reduce risk,
Uh-huh.
the ripple effect could be huge, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Think about the impact dementia has on individuals, families, and even healthcare systems. If we can shift our focus to creating supportive environments, we could potentially reduce the burden of this disease
Wow.
on a societal level.
That makes a lot of sense. So let's recap what we've learned today.
Okay.
Exposure to PMX air pollution was linked to a 9% higher risk of dementia,
Right.
while green spaces were associated with a 6% decrease. And perhaps most surprising, living near major roads and all that traffic noise was linked to a 10% increased risk.
Yeah, those statistics are a powerful reminder that our environment can have a real and measurable impact on our cognitive health.
Yeah.
And it's not just about individual choices. It's about advocating for community-level changes that promote healthy aging.
You know, this deep dive has me thinking about all the things we could do differently.
Mhm.
If we really prioritize brain health in our communities,
Yeah.
imagine cities with more parks and green spaces,
Uh-huh.
quieter streets and neighborhoods designed for walking and biking instead of driving.
It's an inspiring vision, and it's not as far-fetched as it might seem.
Right.
There are already cities around the world incorporating these principles into their urban planning.
It makes you wonder what our world could look like
Yeah,
if we really embrace the idea that our environments can help prevent dementia.
for sure.
I know I'll be looking at my surroundings with a new perspective from now on.
That's the beauty of knowledge. It empowers us to see the world differently
Yeah.
and to make informed choices that support our well-being.
Well, thank you for joining us on this fascinating deep dive
My pleasure.
into the connection between our environment and dementia risk.
Yeah.
We hope it's given you some new insights to ponder and perhaps even inspired you to take a closer look at your own surroundings.
Absolutely.
Until next time.
Thanks for listening today. 4 recurring narratives underlie every episode: boundary dissolution, adaptive complexity, embodied knowledge, and quantum-like uncertainty. These aren't just philosophical musings, but frameworks for understanding our modern world. We hope you continue exploring our other podcasts, responding to the content, and checking out our related articles at helioxpodcast.substack.com.